once a year we go down to the Navy Yard in the Philippines for an overhaul. Now, when we went down there, we had to coal the ship ourselves. There was no coaling people down there. See, that was done with, and a barge had come alongside, and we shoveled the coal, and this coal was just about the size of eggs. It was just small. It was in big lumps, and they shoveled the coal in canvas bags, and with our crane, we bring the crane over and drop the crane right where there's holes in the deck, where's the coal chutes, and then we had to shovel the coal down there. But when we did coal the ship ourselves, is the all hands coal ship. That meant all the officers, even the captain, put on his dungarees and got a shovel and everybody worked at it. There was one person that didn't have, and that was the pharmacist mate. He was in his whites, and he's standing with a first aid kit around his shoulders in case somebody got hurt or something. Only one person that didn't coal ship was a pharmacist mate, with his medical kit. But everybody else helped, and it was a laughing thing. We worked like hell, and everybody enjoyed it more or less, and we got through it. And we take the hose, everybody hose down because you're full of coal dust, and we take the saltwater hose and hose everybody down really good, and we go downstairs and take a shower, put on some clean clothes.
And then your ship had a wooden deck?
Oh, yeah, teak wood, yeah. In other words, part of the coaling a ship had to remove the ash when we were at sea. There's ashes you'd have to remove. Now that was our job as the deck force, and there was a chute that went down to the fire room, and we had a bucket that would go down, and it was on a wire rope, and it held about 150 pounds of ashes. And 2 men, we had to crank it up, that bucket. Now we couldn't drag it across the deck where the slop chute was about 30 foot away. We had to pick it up and carry it, because you couldn't hurt that wooden deck. You couldn't scratch it. And over where the slop chute was, there's a big brass plate. You could set it down on that brass plate and then dump the ashes into the slop chute. And on every watch, there's around close to 35 or 40 buckets of that every 4 hours that had to be got taken from the fire and put into the slop chute. And the deck force, we had all to take turns doing that, But the hardest part was those guys in the fire rooms. That was something. That was like Dante's Inferno down there. I'd go down and watch these guys. For one thing, they had no clothes on, just a pair of shorts. And they're sweating. The sweat was pouring off them. And it's hot as hell in that fire room. And they have to open their doors, and that heat would come out of there, and they shovel that coal in there with big shovels. And it also they had what they call like a slice bar. It was a big bar, it weighed 90 pounds. And this guy would take that like it was and go in there and break up the clinkers in the firebox. He'd stand right by where that heat was hitting him and take that big bar like it was a toothpick. Those guys were powerful men, And that was the hard part. The firemen had to do that work, all that coal. And another hard part was the coal chutes was in various parts of the ship, not all in one place. There was some forward, some midship, and a stern of the ship. It was so that the weight was evenly divided, as we use this coal up. Now, as we're using this coal up, all these coal holes had a passageway. It's like a pipe running from one to the other to the fire room. And these firemen had to go down into them holes and lay in that pipe. And they had small shovels, little like that, and pass that coal from the hole along into the fire room. That's how they got the coal down there. And these guys are laying in them pipes. You barely could move them, And it's hot as hell, see, in the tropics. And we didn't have no air conditioning on the ship or anything like that, see. And they'd be sweating, inhaling all that coal dust. That was a hell of a job, passing that coal. But they did it.